But we need to understand there are laws of the universe, just like laws of attraction, laws of gravity, everything. There are laws, there are parameters. So we cannot say you can manifest anything you want. It's not true. Like, it doesn't matter how much you want to jump out this window and be safe. You're not going to be safe. There's no way to manifest it. You know, the outcome is obvious because there's the laws of gravity. There's many laws that are happening. So there are some things that are out of your control. And if it's out of your control, in what control is it in?
Our next AMA question comes from _male_TMY. And it says, hello, I'd like to ask this question from Master. We have been told that we are limitless, we have control over our lives. But there are a lot of things out there that we cannot control. We must let them go because we have no control over them. It means our destiny has been written with a question mark. Aren't we creators? And about money. In Quran, it has been said, Allah provides for whoever He wills without limit. It means God, Allah, gives limitless wealth and abundance to whoever He wants. If a person is poor, it's God's will?
I think to first understand that everything is co-creation. Like, are we limitless? If we tap into the collective and we become connected with everything, universe, God, whatever you believe in, that ultimate power, when you connect that way, then yes, you are limitless. But that means still, it's co-creation because it's between you and God, or you and universe. So, but we need to understand there are laws of the universe, just like laws of attraction, laws of gravity, everything. There are laws, there are parameters. So we cannot say you can manifest anything you want. It's not true. Like, it doesn't matter how much you want to jump out this window and be safe. You're not going to be safe. There's no way to manifest it. You know, the outcome is obvious because there's the laws of gravity. There's many laws that are happening. So there are some things that are out of your control. And if it's out of your control, in what control is it in? It's in the collective consciousness control, or God control, or divine control, or universe control. And so where does universe control come from? Universe control comes from the calculations. It's all scientific. The calculations of your good, bad karma points accumulated not just in this lifetime, but over many lifetimes. So you say, can God make you poor? Well, God doesn't make you poor, but you will become poor if that is what you have accumulated through time. So you can say, yes, kind of God, but kind of you too, because everything is co-creation. So can we manifest anything we want? We can manifest anything we want within the parameters that we have accumulated over time. Like that.
So when you say parameters, what are those parameters?
Okay. So, well, laws are parameters. Like the person who, let's say the Wright brothers who created the plane that flew people across the sky, they can fly people across the sky within certain parameters because there's gravity force, air force, wind force, how much engine force, like there's so many different forces, calculations, physics that are involved. So just like that, they can create something that will fly within what physics will allow it to, or science will allow it to. And spirituality is a science. It's all calculated. Like, people don't think when we look at the sun, we don't think what science that is. But it's perfectly orchestrated, divinely calculated. Every day it rises from the same side at the same time. calculations. Full moon happens once a month. It will not just suddenly come out another day, So everything is calculated. So within those parameters, we can manifest anything we want. And now people's questioning will be, okay, what are all the parameters? Let me know. Well, the 5 elements are parameters. 12 years in the lunar calendar is parameters. Every month, moon cycles are parameters. Ocean waves are parameters. Our emotional waves are parameters. Physics, all sciences parameters. There's many. So it's that's why my spiritual master calls it a seeker's journey. All practitioners were on a seeker's journey. And the more we start understanding the laws of the universe, the easier it then becomes to get what we want, because we know what is actually within parameters.
Beautiful. And I'm very curious because you mentioned ocean waves and co-creating, and another parameter that I guess we're all familiar with, similar to ocean waves, is the law of rhythm or the law of polarity. And in the question, he mentioned if God wills it, and if someone is poor. But if someone is in a state of that, I guess, lower vibration, would you say it's easier to manifest riches from, like, if there's a down, then there's eventually an up? Would you say you can co-create in the knowing of rhythm?
It depends on the awakening, the consciousness of the individual. So that's a very good question, because we were talking about poor, and then you immediately asked about in a low vibration. But at the same time, I know a lot of people who are very poor who are very happy every day, Like our kids in Kenya are just joyful every single day. A lot more joyful than a lot of people I see in the city,
So would you say that's being
that's
rich?
poor? It depends how you define rich. I mean, these are semantics, they're words, huh? We're playing on words. Yeah, but I think we look at it's to do with the individual's consciousness, and that's very good you brought up the law of polarity, duality, because when we understand that and we able to not be negatively affected by it, then we can take a positive perspective in everything. Like if I ask you a question, I say, do you think that I should accumulate billions of dollars for my future son or daughter? Do you think I should give it to them from birth? Should I give it to them? Or when I pass, should I give them all my wealth? What do you think is the correct answer?
I think, okay, in more ways, yes, because I know what you're like, Master Sri Akarshana. You're very giving, you give to humanity. I think most people would probably say no, because I think someone should learn how to earn money and not be born in riches, because sometimes it could be more of a blessing to...
So is it, let's change the question a little bit. Is it good for me? Is it good for them? If I make them born a billionaire, is it good for them?
I don't think it's good for them to just have it straight away.
I don't think it's good, or I don't think it's bad. It depends on the individual. No,
that's true.
There will be kids that are born in riches, and they still work very hard, and they know exactly the direction, what they're doing with it, and there's people like that. There are people who are born into riches who just become a mess. They don't know, they get into drugs and violence and everything, and they don't even know what they're doing anymore. They get lost, they get depressed, and they suicide. There's many people. So it's not good, it's not bad. It's down to the individual's level of consciousness around world of duality. What I always say to people, I say, if you were born poor, it's a blessing. If you were born not good at things, and I've observed this over the past 12 to 14 years of coaching, educating people, working with people, what I've noticed is, and I say it at every speaker training class course that we run, I always say to the people, I look at a room, there's 100 people here, they all want to be speakers, they all want to be a coach, they all want to be some influencer. Out of the 100 people, there's going to be 5 people who will raise their hand every time you ask for a volunteer, and they'll come up on stage, and then they will just knock it out the park, and everyone will be like, oh my God, this is only day 1. How on earth do you know? How can you do that? Then there's going to be the shy people who are just like, no, I'm not raising my hand for 3 whole days. I'm not going up. I'm not volunteering. I can't do this. Every single time, every single time, there's an underdog. And out of the, let's say if there's 5 out of 100 that are naturally talented, which everyone sees as a blessing, out of the 5, maybe sometimes 1 actually makes it. But the interesting thing is, out of the other 95 where there's nobody seems confident or talented, you will suddenly find the 5 that just come from nowhere. So the question is naturally talented also good, or is it bad? Because what I've seen is that naturally talented people, they are a lot more lazy. I know that is because I went into speaking with my best friend at the time. He was naturally talented. We had loads of gigs together when we first started, and he never practiced because he just got it. I practiced all day and night because I was worse at it, and I didn't want to be always the worst one. And a few months later, I exceeded his standard, and the crowd started to come to me and say, oh my God, you're amazing. And I see this over so many years. I see this all the time. So again, what is this to do with? This is to do with awareness. The awareness should be that if you have God-given talent, which is not really fully God-given talent because it's talent that you've accumulated over lifetimes. But if you are blessed with that, then you better be working 10 times harder. You're blessed with it. Take it 10x further, right? You need the consciousness around that. You need to know that you're blessed, and you need to know that there are many levels to every single game, and you need to work extremely, extremely hard to be the best of the best. Whereas on the other side, if you were not blessed with the thing, just like right now, I'm singing, not blessed with singing. I just don't know, probably never in non-lifetime I did it, right? So not blessed with singing, not blessed with dancing. My consciousness needs to be, I need to do a lot more hours than everyone. And it's a blessing to be bad at singing or bad at dancing. It's a blessing to be laughed at when you do these things. Because whenever you're laughed at doing those things, just like playing badminton, like when I play and I'm being laughed at for missing a shot or doing a shot weird, it agitates me. It frustrates me a little bit, but that frustration makes me think, I need to get this next one. I need to learn how is he doing that. So that's the world of duality and polarity. It's giving me. I take that as fuel, as motivation to say, hey, actually, if I was naturally blessed at this, I probably would never try to figure anything out. But I'm trying to figure out every shot. I told you the other day, I watched YouTube to watch. The guy was teaching 3 different smashes, and I've been practicing that smash, and I've been like, hey, wait, this one works. So now I've added something on my tool belt, But I would never have done that if I was naturally talented. But because there are many people better than me, then I see that as that's good. It's amazing. There's competition in the world. It's good that there's people better than me because it allows me gives me that fuel to improve myself.
That's how you can tap into the co-creation of things, is to recognize the parameters and seeing those moments where it might not seem great as fuel for you to motivate yourself, like Master Sri did, and becoming pretty good at badminton, by the way. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give us a like if it's inspired you in any way. And for good karma and to spread your manifestation to the world, drop us a comment. Let us know your thoughts on this topic. And of course, to subscribe to this channel to continue receiving these blessings from us. Thank you once again.